Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. It's an early morning this morning. I was up at 6 working on a project in the shop. Now I'm just emptying the box of the truck out. We're heading out to Rio Grande. We got church this morning. And then after that, I got to get a feed bag actually from the barn because I need to get some barley from the father-in-law for the heifers. That's something else I got to figure out because the heifers, the two little heifers are in with the sheep right now. And if you went in there with a bag of grain or a bucket of grain, I doubt them heifers would get any. They probably wouldn't get a single lick. And sheep are so goddamn gutsy and greedy. So probably have to go in there with half a pail of grain that we give them from Blooms and lure the sheep away, and then take the barley to the two little calves. And that'll probably work, but one thing, try and run animals together if you think they're going to eat at the same table. Not always. Yesterday my brother-in-law gave me a bag of bones for the dog. So we'll see what kind of treat we can get here today for the critters. Oh, that feels meaty. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a good one for you. There you go, Ranger. That's right uptown. And we could have thrown that in a slow cooker and had dinner off of that one. That's good, isn't it, buddy? Oh yeah. That's a week's worth of food there. I've also got to grab my little toolkit here. I know it's Sunday and they say, oh, it's the day of rest, but we generally get quite a bit done on Sunday. Anyways, like I said, heading to the in-laws Rio Grande. Last year, I think, maybe it was last Christmas, I don't know. Anyways, the kids all went together, I think, and bought them a set of sliding French door, or sliding doors anyways, for separate their living room from their dining room, because the living room is in the addition, and the kids all go in there and they make a big ruckus at about 1,000 decibels. So nice to slide those doors closed and have a little bit, quieter area for the grown-ups to play cards or chat or have coffee or whatever, right? But anyway, shortly after the door was installed, one of the kids anyways just whipped the door shut, and the light switch, the dimmer light switch for the living room is in behind the door where it slides by, and I think they whipped the door and blew the light switch off. And so I was there the other day and tried to turn the light on, and lo and behold, couldn't do it. And so they're taking a pen out of the junk drawer and using that to slide the light switch up. And I thought, man, so that's been almost a full year. I just went to the hardware store and bought a light switch for 17 bucks. And I'm just gonna get that changed today so that it's a little bit more user friendly anyways. I just come in the barn here to grab the feed bag, feed the little puppy. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to spend some time in here, because before I know it, we're already almost at the end of January. Before I know it, we're going to be lambing, and I'm not set up at all. Sure, there's a building standing here, which is 10 times more than we've ever had, but I don't really have the pens established. I bought some eyelets and everything to, hook these panels into every 7 feet and make little lambing jugs. I haven't done that because I've been waiting for a nice day. Well, every time there's a nice day, we seem to end up going tobogganing or doing something with the kids, which, that needs to happen too, but I just need to set aside a block of time and just come in here and crank the radio and drill a bunch of holes and set all these panels up, and then it'll at least be done and ready, and then whatever happens after that, who cares? But anyways, got my bag. I'll need the tractor next time I touch this bag, that's for sure. It'll have about probably 1,600 pounds of barley in it. We'll just set it in here with the tractor. I can just ferry it out with a bucket as needed, kind of thing. I could put it in the grain shed. The grain shed is beside the shop right now. And we actually, even back in the day, we talked about building a second grain shed and putting it over here beside the lambing pen, just for convenience, right? So you could put grain there and then have grain out, because we have, of course, either the chicken house, and oftentimes you have the sheep in behind the shop and things like that. But having it in a more convenient central location might be a better plan. But I don't know. I think it's better for us to establish whatever permanent piece of infrastructure, aka the barn, before we actually did that. So we might see next summer. I might end up just skidding that grain shed over here. It makes a bit more sense. Well, I got the mini bulk bag 3/4 full. We did it with buckets. Well, I say we, it was me and my nephews, and I got quite a bit in the box of the truck. It's not all in the bag, but I mean, I can't complain. How else are you supposed to take children and give them actual experience enough to turn into adults, right? You can't just take years. You got to give them experience. So they have to do stuff like this and trial and fail at it and make a few mistakes every once in a while, but we're full, we're ready to head her home. I don't know if they know they're riderless or if that GT is just for cargo weight or what that's all about. But okay. Fun to see Charlotte driving the little sled anyway. So I would usually refer to today as Second Chance Sunday, in that we had a big melt. Usually anything you forgot to pick up in the fall, today would be the day. It's your second chance to pick it up and get it off the ground. Otherwise, you're probably not going to see it until sometime in March or April, maybe. But I don't know if actually today really is Second Chance Sunday. It's melted down quite a bit, and for sure we can see things that weren't there a week ago. But I think there's still enough ice and snow on the ground that probably not going to be going on any recovery missions yet today, that's for sure. It's still a bit thick out here. So maybe next weekend. I'm not sure what the weather forecast will do, but yeah, not uncommon. 3rd, 4th week of January, have a day where suddenly all your stuff pops up out of the yard. But all we can do is look at it longingly, and hopefully we can get it back before the spring hits. So after some deliberation, not too much thought, I decided that bag of grain is going to go here inside the grain shed. Logic being, I mean, that's what it was built for, right? Got one side for chicken feed, one side for some other form of livestock feed. And I know it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass to come here all the time and get a bucket of feed pack over there every day. But then you're like, you know what? I'm in here every single day getting chicken feed, or I'm always scooping a pail of this for the sheep anyway. So if I got to be here anyways, I'm really not, adding to or multiplying any inputs. So this is what this was built for. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. The only thing is it is a bit of a pain in the ass using the right-handed chute on this side, just because the dog kennel's right beside it, but we'll make it work. So if you've ever seen this before, you know what we're about to do. I'm going to hoist that bag up, put the tractor on the pallet, jam that 4-inch pipe through that hole in the wall, and the rest will just be magical. Just a gorgeous day for doing this too. Works pretty slick, I tell you. You ever have an idea that's so retarded it might just work? What I've actually done is I just put one single set of harrows underneath the bale forks and ratchet strap them on. And I'm going to do some whirly-whirs around the yard here. See if I can't scratch it up, because a couple days of +2, a little bit of wind, I could almost get around here in a pair of ice skates. Hopefully not for long. Let's see if this works. It's either going to work or it's just going to be completely messed up. Well, I mean, I could tell you it's amazing. Or you could have a look out there. It scratches up pretty deep, so yeah, it's actually fantastic. So got a spare set of harrows kicking around, a pair of bale forks, a couple ratchet straps. Why wear skates to do chores? So that was probably the best terrible idea I've ever had. Like I said, just a set of harrows ratchet strapped on like that. Let's go out in the yard and see what it's like. Like everything's just chewed right up. I could probably do a dance out here and never lose my footing. So that's a win. That's a win. I'll take that. I'll probably shut the day down right there because I've peaked. Everything else, whatever. So yeah, time for a cup of tea. I'll let you go for now. Hope you have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.